Welcome to another episode. I'm your host, DJB. Today's program isn't about defending anyone. It isn't about attacking anyone. It isn't about picking a side. It's about something much bigger. It's about learning how to separate facts from opinions. Paperwork doesn't lie. This is a paperwork party on how to read court records instead of following rumors. The goal of this platform is not to attack creators, commentators, or individuals. The goal is to educate viewers on how to separate verified information from speculation. Entertainment is entertainment, but when conversations involve court cases, legal documents, accusations, or people's lives, understanding the difference between facts and opinions matters. In today's world, information spreads faster than ever before. A podcast can reach millions of people. A YouTube video can go viral in a matter of hours. A social media post can be shared thousands of times before anyone ever asks one important question. How do we know that's true? That's what this series is about. We're here to teach people how to verify information from official court records, not personalities, not rumors, and not gossip. Part 1. Primary sources versus secondary sources. One of the biggest mistakes people make is confusing someone's opinion with evidence. A YouTuber, a blogger, a podcaster, an influencer. None of those people are court records. They are commentators. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. Sometimes they're repeating something they heard from someone else. The only way to know whether a legal claim is accurate is to compare it against the official record.
That official record is called a primary source. Part 2. What is a court docket? Think of a court docket as the table of contents for a case. Every motion, every hearing, every filing, every order, every judgment is normally recorded on that docket. Instead of asking, "What did someone say happened?" ask, "What does the docket show happened?" That simple question can eliminate a tremendous amount of confusion. Part 3. Follow the documents. Whenever someone makes a legal claim, train yourself to ask, what document supports that statement? Where is it? Who signed it? Was it filed? Did the judge approve it?
If nobody can answer those questions, then what you're hearing may simply be speculation.
Part 4. Understanding sealed records.
People often say, "I've got sealed paperwork," but what does that actually mean? A sealed record is generally one that a court has removed from public access through a judicial process. That usually involves a motion, a review by the judge, and an order explaining what is being sealed. Different courts have different procedures. Sometimes only one document is sealed. Sometimes multiple documents are sealed. Sometimes only certain information is hidden from public view.
The important lesson is this. If a court has sealed a record, the parties to the case, attorneys, court staff, or anyone subject to the sealing order may be prohibited from disclosing it. Violating a sealing order can lead to contempt of court, sanctions, or other legal consequences. If you were not subject to the sealing order and you receive a sealed document from someone else, the legal question becomes more complicated. Simply possessing or sharing it is not automatically a crime in every jurisdiction, but it can still expose you to civil liability, a court order to remove it, or in some circumstances, criminal liability if the document was obtained through unlawful means or you knowingly participated in violating the seal. If the information was lawfully obtained and later published, First Amendment protections may apply in the United States, especially for journalists and matters of public concern. However, those protections are not absolute and vary depending on the circumstances. For social media specifically, 1. Uploading a sealed criminal or civil filing can result in the platform removing the content. 2. A court may order the content removed. 3. If you were under a legal duty to keep the record confidential, you could face legal penalties.
Don't assume something is sealed simply because someone says it is. Look for evidence within the official court record whenever possible. Part 5. Learn to ask better questions.
Instead of immediately believing a dramatic claim, ask, what court handled the case? What's the case number? Where is the filing? Where is the judge's order? Does the docket support the claim? Is the statement based on documents or opinions? These questions don't accuse anyone. They simply encourage verification. Part 6. Why this matters. Court records affect real people, families, victims, defendants, witnesses, children. Lives can be damaged when misinformation spreads as though it were fact. That's why responsible document review matters. Being first isn't as important as being accurate. Part 7. Document literacy. Most people were never taught how to read legal paperwork. They see legal words, motions, orders, judgments, affidavits, indictments, and assume they all mean the same thing. They don't. Every document serves a different purpose. Learning those differences helps prevent misunderstandings. If a document is truly sealed by a court, then generally, the court is not supposed to release it to the public. A person who is authorized to access it may still be restricted from sharing it, depending on the court's sealing order and applicable law. If someone intentionally obtains a sealed document through improper means and distributes it, that can create legal issues. However, there are also alternative explanations. The document may not actually be sealed. People sometimes refer to records as sealed when they are merely difficult to obtain or are no longer publicly available. The daughter may have had lawful access to some records that were not, in fact, under seal. The person talking on YouTube may be exaggerating or misstating what happened. So if someone says, "I had his daughter get me a sealed document, and now I'm sending it to YouTubers," that statement, if literally true, raises legitimate legal questions. But from the outside, you can't conclude that a law was broken without knowing whether the document was actually under a court seal, how it was obtained, whether the person obtaining or sharing it was bound by a court order or other legal duty. If this is a public controversy involving a named individual, the safest approach is to wait for court filings or official statements before drawing conclusions. Public claims made on podcasts or YouTube are not always accurate descriptions of what actually occurred.
And assume they all mean the same thing. They don't. Every document serves a different purpose. Learning those differences helps prevent misunderstandings. Part 8. Don't confuse allegations with facts. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that because something appears in a filing, it must be true. Not necessarily. A motion contains arguments. A complaint contains allegations. An indictment contains charges. Evidence must still be evaluated, and many issues are resolved later in the legal process. Reading a document carefully means understanding what it is before deciding what it proves. Conclusion. Our mission is simple. We aren't here to tell you what to think. We're here to show you how to think critically when reviewing legal documents. Whether a claim comes from a courtroom, a podcast, a live stream, or a social media post, always ask the same question. Where is the paperwork? Because opinions may change. Rumors may spread, stories may evolve, but official court records provide the foundation for understanding what actually happened in a legal proceeding. The more people learn to read documents for themselves, the less likely they are to be misled by hearsay, speculation, or incomplete information. Thank you for joining us. If you found this educational, continue following this series as we break down legal documents, court procedures, and public records one page at a time, helping you become a more informed and more careful reader of the paperwork that shape real cases.
Your personal information is valuable, and every time you connect online, you're trusting networks to keep your data safe. Whether you're using public Wi-Fi, traveling, working remotely, or just browsing from home, protecting your online privacy matters. NordVPN helps encrypt your internet connection and adds an extra layer of security while you're online. Right now, NordVPN is offering a summer deal with up to 76% off, plus 4 months free, bringing plans down to as low as $3.37 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Protect your digital life today. Check out the offer by scanning the QR code on the screen.